which means I'm gonna have a day off tomorrow. So next stream on Monday. Oh, out of my way. I think there's laws against scooping up Porsches without consent. Hey chance, welcome back to the Need for Speed Marathon. Today with Need for Speed Shift with the overhaul mod. So we should have a lot less input lag and just an overall better experience of the game. And it should actually be somewhat enjoyable now. One thing that is always obvious to me whenever I play this game is that the cars are always sliding sideways like this. Oh yeah, there's a little trick. You want to shift into first gear before the race starts. That gives you better acceleration. Don't you love NPCs, man? They're all so smart. This might actually be a game where we'll use the cockpit camera. I do think they positioned it really well. See, this would be a good start to car if I could cheat money. Like, these performance ratings are actually not bad. They tell you the story. No, it's a Cobalt. Wow, it's actually good. But it's front-wheel drive. That's a little bit annoying to drive. I might just go with the BMW this time. I think the coolest thing about this game was actually the locations. There's some really cool locations in the game. Let's try the wall ride. Oh yeah, you gave me an additional mod that reduces wall friction and friction with other drivers, so everything should be less sticky. The walls should be less sticky and the drivers should be less sticky. I think that's actually going to be quite an improvement. Bro, get out of my way, man. Now, the thing of Shift, I don't like it that very much. At the time, I was only interested in arcade racing, and after I played, some simcades, I just realized, man, Gran Turismo and Forza Motorsport is just better. Like, in my opinion, this was a really, really bad decision to make Need for Speed like this. And I think most people thought the same, because this game did not do very well. People had very, very little interest in the Shift games. And then they made a second one, which is the craziest thing to me. Nobody cared about the first one. What made them think that the second one is gonna do better? Like, I understand if I make a bad stream that doing the same thing again is not gonna increase my chances. Now, Pro Street was way more fun. And one problem this game has is how the cars go around corners. Especially when you get faster cars, it starts looking extra awkward. You will still see the suspension not working as it should. You will see all the cars being very bouncy. Nowadays I do, like nowadays I can appreciate, some cool classic cars and, nice interior models and everything. Still not a fan of the handling. Still not a fan of, for example, the suspension wobble. And you do need a handful of mods to make the game somewhat bearable. Like, playing this game out of the box is not a fun experience. Yeah, exactly. Compared to Grid, right? Like, Grid has similar graphics, but the gameplay is such a lot more fun. They have a better handling model, graphics are comparable, but it also has a story mode, you have a team to manage. Like, Grid, a lot more fun. The people that made Project Cars and the Shift games, they're now working on a new title, Project Motor Racing, which actually might not be as awful. I might even like it, we'll see. If Shift had Grid Drift, yeah, Grid Drift is actually really good. Grid Drifting was super fun. As I said, the challenges that I like the most is where they actually allow you to choose a car. What's funny? Going by these stats, it looks really similar. Going by these stats, I guess it's the difference between rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. At the same time, I kinda don't believe the BMW is that much better. So we try an Audi. Oh yeah, you immediately see the second that we gain on him thanks to all-wheel drive. Project Cars 3 is basically Shift 3. Absolutely, the way the game handles, I agree. Like, they didn't make a sim racer again, they just made another Shift. They definitely betrayed their fans though. Their fans were not happy. Right, their fans were really not happy with the way they did it. What the fuck is that handling? No way! No way can you pull off what he just did. And this is typical, like in Project Cars 3 it's the same thing. Your opponents have better grip than they should. Like, there's so much copy and paste going on, right? Like, in my opinion, usually I'm trying not to be a dick, but the people behind Slightly Mad Studios, did so many errors, and then they just copy and pasted it into the next game. It makes me angry. Like, the same shit is in Project Cars 3. I guarantee you they copy and pasted this. This is not, you know, built from the ground up or anything. So there's two reasons why I like this camera. Detailed interior was a first for Need for Speed, right? Actually the first Need for Speed with a detailed interior. Sure, you have interiors in older games, but obviously it didn't look realistic. This is the first game that does. And it just looks really wrong. It looks really wrong on the outside. The camera wobble and the car is basically sliding sideways instead of steering. It's just super strange. In my opinion, the interior cam is the only good camera. Alternatively, hood cam works, if you ask me. But I do not wanna use third-person camera, which is weird because that's most of the time it's my favorite camera in a racing game, because I get to look at my car, right? I get to enjoy my customization, my livery, the car I'm actually driving, right? Yeah, I mean, I can totally imagine that, you know, if you actually have quality assurance, you have the players testing, you tell them, hey, this is wrong, this doesn't work, and then you get ignored. That is something I could totally understand, you know. The reason why the bugs are in the game is because they never bothered to fix it. So them having a stick up their ass and being like, oh, I know better than you, I'm the developer, and then, you know, if you don't listen to feedback, obviously the result is gonna be shit. Right, if you're not humble, right, I can totally see that some developers had success with a previous game. They get a really high opinion of themselves that they can't do wrong, and then, you know, everything that comes afterwards is just shit. So your story makes a lot of sense to me. Like when they did do quality assurance, they did the testing, and then they don't listen to the testers. I mean, doesn't surprise me. Dude, if they bring out another Pro Street that plays like Horizon, it would sell. You know, people like that. People like that, so I do expect something like this to be successful, yeah. Dude, look at this, that's what I mean. Like, they can just grip better than you do at the same speed. This is new. We didn't have that bug earlier. The lights bugging out. We don't like that the vision blurs out at high speed. The developers were really excited for that feature. I remember the developers talking about this being like, oh, the adrenaline kicks in and you're so fast, you know, you get tunnel vision. You only concentrate on the mirror and everything else starts to blur. Developers were super excited about this. I don't care too much about it either. Oh, 5 seconds, so close. Look at the timer. We nearly had him. We nearly had him. Oh, there we go. The rebel will never catch you now.
Uh-oh.
The concussion effect is pretty cool. Wait, did I wreck his car? Or does he just have a break for a second? Okay, it's catching up again. It could work though. You crashed him out so hard, it'd take a while to recover, get the 5-second lead, and you win. Something like that. The only thing I would like is slow motion, right? Not just the pause button. So you can actually flip most of the cars doing this. Hitting them on the side in a corner. Those are some good screenshots, man. It actually takes you a really long time to recover. Depending on how you play the game, you can absolutely skip a lot of events. Like if you don't want to drift, you don't have to. You can beat this game without drifting. The game even had the potential for some cool crashes. The cutscenes look more fun than the game, dude. I feel like if you actually had the decent control over the cars, this could be quite fun. Ah, this feels awkward. Ah, it's so bad. Ah, this feels so not good. The thing is, if you try to fine steer, it doesn't seem like it's working, you know? Drifting peaked in Underground 2. I think realistic drifting, yes. Okay, let me try to figure out what the handbrake is. Honestly, I can't think of a better word than awkward when it comes to the drift physics. It's not something where you're like, man, I wanna learn how to do this. So it looks nice and smooth. I honestly don't want to do it, right? Like, this is just the part of the game that you should skip, in my opinion. It just feels so weird and so not fun. I just wanna go out, man. Do something else. I wanna race. It keeps gripping, yeah, it does keep gripping. It doesn't get into that smooth transition where the car just lets go, right? It just doesn't let go, it just tries to somehow keep it there at all times. Best drifting in Paradise. Yeah, I mean, that is the most intuitive drifting, if you ask me. If you want easy to understand and to perform drifting, Burnout Paradise is fantastic. Totally agree. Completely awful. I would say special shoutouts to Need for Speed Nitro for being an awful game, but it doesn't really count if you ask me. Being a Wii exclusive. Nah, Most Wanted 2012 is not that bad. Definitely not top 3 worst. So I wouldn't count Nitro, so you know, special mentioning of Nitro, but Undercover 2015 Shift. Those are also the 3 games that annoyed me the most. What about you guys? Do you have any other Need for Speed that you really hate with a passion? A Need for Speed you wanna set fire to so it never comes back alive? Rivals and Payback actually fine, but I also played them on a good gaming PC. Especially Payback I find actually quite fun to play through again. I like the story. And the handling is fine. A bit problematic sometimes. Usually endgame. Same problem as in Unbound. Like Heat solved it, and then they brought it back with Unbound. Like Unbound has the same late game, endgame problems as Payback had, where like the fast cars become extremely hard to control. But this time it kept it. Man, dude, this is actually better. You lose so much time in the gear shift that it's better to start in second. Are you kidding me? It's the first time I've tried that, and I got a better start every time. Alright, official new recommendation, start in second gear. Nick Cooper, oh yeah, he's in here. You think they knew that Nick Cooper is in this game? Something we have to ask Dustin the next time we see him. Oh god, it's the Veyron race.
Okay, for this event, all cars in the field.
Oh no. 1,000 horsepower. It's not that good in 1.9 tons. The thing does have power though. One of the most expensive races in history. Dude, any Formula 1 race costs more. Like, what's the price tag that they put on the Formula 1 car nowadays? Right? Think about that for a second. I mean, sure, you have material costs, but considering, you know, they spend I don't know how many millions every year on research and development, it's kind of included, right? You don't just pay for the material costs when it comes to an F1 car. But ever so smallest improvements, they spend hundreds of millions. Yeah, Isabel Diaz, aka Izzy. This game probably has the most shoutouts to popular Need for Speed characters in the entire series. That was not a track cut, that was me. Sub 7, perform a clean lap. Yeah, that's why I never want to do 100% in this game. Oh, you would have to do a clean lap on this track with this game's physics. Should have trusted the braking line. I mean, I probably wouldn't have gotten out of bounds, but also would have been very slow. This feels really good, this car. This is really fun to drive. Very fun, that one. But I think every time I play Shift 2, I look at it and I'm like, yeah, it's better in every way over Shift 1. You can still fix Shift 1 into this state with the overhaul mod, making it a lot better. But yeah, same thing can be applied to the second game, and the second game has just better features. So if I had to choose one, it would be Shift 2, Unleashed. It's so funny, they kinda tried to hide the Need for Speed title from that game. When you're playing the game, you're in the know. You see, okay, this is a Need for Speed title, but on the cover of the box and the title itself, it's just called Shift to Unleashed, right? They didn't officially add Need for Speed to it. Next pile up. Hey guys, Kuru here. Check out Instant Gaming for cheap game keys. Click the link in the description below. What's up with Spa? Holy shit. Did you know Project Cars 1 happened because EA basically shafted Slightly Mad Studios, right? EA kinda commissioned Shift 3 and then said we don't want it. And refused to pay them for their work. Right, apparently there was some kind of, you know, get out paragraph in the contract. So EA was like, yeah, we don't want Shift 3. Take your game, stick it up your butt. We're not buying it. And yeah, the first Project Cars was basically made out of Shift 3. Alright, so drifting seems to work better in a faster car. Because I'm actually feathering the throttle, just a little bit of counter steer, and if I lose it, I just hit the gas again. Supra is just the best car in the world, man. It's good for racing and for drifting.
No.
It's a little bit tricky, but definitely better. I should have pretended to have shift with mods by playing grid. I like that. It still feels a bit awkward, you know? For any game that has a drift mode, I feel like you want more control. You just want more control over your car. I'm not sure if they have too many physics calculations going on in the background, but it doesn't feel very coherent. The entire experience. Like, this car immediately wants to burst into a drift. Then you have to try to feather the throttle to get a hold of it. And preferably be in this bonus zone. You know, maybe a handful of masochists likes how the car is handling this game. This is really hard, man. I recommend you try it yourself. It's really hard to drift in this game. I mean, look at the opponents. I did twice their points with the performance that you just saw. I think the number one thing about the shift games, they were unnecessary. Pro Street was way more fun than this. If they made Pro Street 2 and 3, I would have preferred that a lot more. This is much wider than it is in Pro Street, right? If I have like a direct comparison, yeah, that is actually a lot wider. Dude, Pro Street would have benefited from such a wide racetrack. Supra actually drifts pretty decent, yeah. I mean, that other car that the game supplied didn't work very well. I have somewhat of a control over this car, you know, so it feels nice. I do seem to remember though that I had better control over my car in Shift 2. So probably even the developers figured that out. LFA concept. The exhaust is the worst thing on the concept. So ugly. Shift is definitely a contact sport. It should be its own speedrun category. Beat the game without touching another car. Because it's very, very obvious when you trade paint. The game gives you points for that. There was this YouTuber that did this challenge, right, where he played through the entire Need for Speed game without touching another car. You know, the best thing about the Paganis is the interior. This is beautiful. Such a good looking car. Apparently it drives horrible. Like lots of rich people crash their Paganis. as we see here as well. Oops. This looks very sad. Really fun car to drive though. World record 3:47. It's actually fairly fast. Second 5:17. The cool thing is once you know how to speedrun a game, you can beat it quickly on a regular basis. But like I don't even know how to beat Most Wanted slowly. Dude, space. Oh my god, why are you braking? Fuck. I wonder if traction control is beneficial in this game. Because there's plenty of games where any kind of assist just guarantees to slow you down. And then there's games like Grid where traction control gives you more grip for whatever reason. So it's kind of necessary to beat the high difficulties with it. And the game also plays better. Unsafe overtake. Oh. Pain. Totally illegal overtakes. I just avoided an accident. The students didn't say anything about giving the position back, so SMB. I'm surprised not more race cars are built with a centered seat. But I guess most motorsports are still in existence to sell the actual car. McLaren definitely had no problem selling the McLaren F1 back then. So since I don't really have a fair chance against this car, let's just try to flip it. Kind of like this. But the result should be his car flipping. Did I get him? No. I'm not gonna get my Nordschleife permit with this. That's not the goal here. The goal here is to take out a hypercar. You ready? No. You know what? Let me just get the better car. What the fucking hell, dude? Drifting on the carousel. And it's on the R. I haven't done that before. Camera movement is pretty cool. Yeah, I just wish the handling was better. It's pretty janky, like you're throwing your car around pretty hard. One thing I am always curious about, when you have these holes, right, on the left-hand side, you know, it's usually where you get your racing ticket for like stages and stuff. Wouldn't that be creating a lot of drag? Like, wouldn't that really negatively affect the aerodynamics of, especially in an extreme car like this? Bottomed out again. Like, I really feel like it's misplaced on this car, having that racing window. Maybe it needs to be there so the driver actually gets air. You know, maybe getting the air into the car this way creates less drag than doing it another way. Yeah, maybe. I just feel like it's definitely creating some drag, right? Like, it's not perfect. But maybe you run out of oxygen if you do so. You know what I kind of want to make? I want to make a website that basically records how to perfectly set up old games, especially racing games. There is PC Gaming Wiki, but it's not optimized, right? It doesn't include mods that make the game better, right? It doesn't, like, PC Gaming Wiki doesn't go far enough. Like, all the stuff that we did to shift ourselves today is a lot more than, you know, you will find on PC Gaming Wiki. Like, it's usually a mix of, you know, a hand-selected amount of mods and specific setup things you have to do, right? Like specific things you need to change in Windows and so on. And I have so much appreciation for old games, and that it's actually kind of hard to keep them running well on modern systems. Kind of want to create a resource where people can easily look up like the perfect setup, so to say. And then, you know, at the same time try to keep it updated as well. Probably would have to get some mods involved that are willing to, you know, check for updates and stuff. Yeah, exactly, the wikis are a bit limited, you know, I want something a little bit more specific, optimized. Yeah, exactly, old games with quality of life mods and like perfect settings. Yeah, exactly, I don't care about the vanilla experience as much as I care about the best experience possible. I think that would be a cool side project, and I think a lot of people would appreciate it too. We kind of started doing it on Discord, you know, Dragna started a sub-forum within Discord that, you know, does exactly what I'm saying right now. But I feel like if it's a website, it's gonna be more easily accessible for people. Like, people will share the website before they will share my Discord server. Having the source code of a game would help? Oh, of course. You could just remake the game. But for example, for Shift, right, like...
Imagine a GeoGuessr inspired game, but instead of Google Maps, it's gonna be a Rockport map from Most Wanted KI.
You know, GeoGuessr is actually something you get to do when you play the Chaos mod. So it already kind of exists. Whoa. Let's try to find the track again. Dude, that wasn't even 5 seconds. The game just didn't recognize that I wasn't on the track. So, this actually does have a works conversion. You see on the bottom the works progress. You just need to buy everything. I gotta be honest, that is a cool feature. The works conversion was a very, very cool feature. Like, if this game had a better handling model, I think it would actually have fans. The mod we're playing today makes the handling slightly better, but still not good enough in my opinion for most people. In my opinion, most people are still gonna struggle. Alright, now we have to buy works, but 250,000! Yes. Okay, I'm fairly confident. I'm fairly confident I did not have that car before. I like the Nuke livery, man. I think the last time I had a works conversion GTR 34 was probably in a Gran Turismo game. Definitely have not used it in Shift yet. That does look pretty sick though, not gonna lie. You know, the game isn't all bad, obviously. And if they had the handling nailed, it would be a very different experience. You know, have the handling great and have like the atmosphere of Pro Street, and this would be one of my favorite games. Not gonna lie, the aesthetic of a pure race car is pretty cool too. I wonder how detailed they modeled all of the cars, right? Because you can lose the hood on very many cars. That's a GTR engine for sure. Definitely not a lot of polygons or high resolution. Japanese corner master. That's why I need this stupid racing line. It's not the fastest, but the game needs it for the cornery mastery that gives you experience, and just racing on the race line gives you experience. These fins on the roof, they can't possibly do anything, right? These tiny ass fins, they are not directing any airflow, are they? Shit. Got too excited. Whoa, okay, dude. That torpedo killed at least 2 cars. Is it fun on PlayStation 3? No. The problem is on the console you cannot mod the game. You cannot fix some of the biggest problems that the game has. I heavily disencourage you from playing this on the PlayStation 3 or on the Xbox. If you want to play this, get a modded version on PC. Anything else is garbage. Like, if you want to play this game, get the best version of the game. There's this point where when I play Shift that I start liking it, because I get used to the somewhat awkward handling. But you know, generally the nice experience that you get from the cockpit camera. As I said, the faster cars are a lot more fun. Top 3 Need for Speed games. Most Wanted, Carbon, Underground 2, probably. Sometimes I actually pick Pro Street instead of Underground 2. It depends on the day, really. And bonus shoutouts to my favorite classic Need for Speed Porsche. I mean, visually it looks way better than Pro Street. I think Shift would have worked best with the ideas of Pro Street. A completely new handling model. You know, not the handling model of Pro Street, not the handling model of Shift. Like a new handling model, graphics from Shift, and the game ideas from Pro Street. That would have been the best version of this game. Without, you know, changing too much. Just optimizing. Don't do this. Ah, buddy. Which means I'm gonna have a day off tomorrow. So next stream on Monday. Oh, out of my way. I think there's laws against scooping up Porsches without consent. There's one left. Oh, I remember. This game is such a buzzkill on the end. Oh god, I just remembered. Are you guys ready for the final event of Need for Speed Shift? Are you ready to beat this? It ends where it started. It's a 5-lapper around Brands Edge. Slightly Mad Studios. Ian Bell.
3 days later.
I gotta be honest though. Shift is not that bad anymore. Take that as you will, but you know, with the input lag removed, with the community patch, with everything that we applied, the game runs actually pretty juicy. So make sure you, if you download my link, make sure you turn on the generic mod enabler here, GSGME, start that first, and then start the Shift 2 exe. Quite important, assists as you like. But one thing that's quite important is this stuff here. This is one of the major reasons why the game feels sluggish, because a lot of these settings are way too brutal, like where it gives you like 20% dead zone. Imagine you move your analog stick or wheel by 20% before it even does anything. So we should have a few more cameras to choose from, including a hood cam, so that's one of the mods. Gives us a lot more cameras. I think suspension is still as wobbly as it was in the first game. Maybe a little bit less. Still a bit wobbly. Gonna be interesting to see on faster cars later. Oh yeah, massive handling improvement from the original version of Shift. So what they added in Shift 2 was night mode. Gotta say the Shift 2 mod pack does already feel better than Shift 1. I just realized that the insane camera shake is gone. I mean, sure, we're in a starter car, but even in a starter car the camera was just throwing you around 24/7. This is a main Need for Speed title, yeah. It would have been better as a spin-off, for sure. Just like Horizon and Motorsport. Could have done the same thing for Need for Speed, but honestly they had a hard time finding one development studio that makes Need for Speed. And as in typical Need for Speed fashion, they tried something new. I like the new cameras, like the roof cam, you know, for the Gran Turismo players in here. You know, I don't like the helmet cam because it looks into the corner, which really confuses me. Because I already look into the corners and now it's swiveling your vision. So, we got a level up, 180,000 bonus cash and the GT3 RSR. Everybody loves the 911 RSRs, right? Those cars were never overused. Cold air intake. You know, this reminds me a lot of the upgrading system that we had in Need for Speed Porsche. High flow replacement filter, high flow cone intake, cold air intake. Exactly how it was called in that game. Let me check something. I feel like does this always load this? Okay, only the first time around. You can feel it's being loaded into the RAM. Dude, why does the game not cache anything? Yeah, once it's here, it's here. Oh shit, it's a Scirocco! Dude, if you think about it, the Scirocco basically looks like a more sporty Golf in this case, right? It just gets wider and lower. Like for your aerodynamics and for your weight distribution, the Scirocco should be a lot better actually. The Lotus would be a really good bang for your buck. You pay 35,000 to get 970 performance. I'm actually not sure how many cars are in this game. Accidentally went into reverse. You own Shift 1? No, Shift 2 is the better game. I really recommend you play Shift 2 instead of 1. Oh, the NOS is recharging. I wonder if that's a mod. Or if it's actually part of this game. I don't remember. I don't remember the NOS bottle recharging. Yeah, the mod pack that we're using today has the community patch, so it has like a million fixes and the DLC cars and everything. So you can get the full and best experience when it comes to Shift 2. The thing is, the suspension also doesn't wobble around like crazy anymore like it did in the first game. Like, this is a game where, I mean, you still see some suspension wobble, but it's not as bad anymore. I wonder if it disappears when you tune your car to have a stiff suspension. As long as you enjoy track racing, I would say with this mod pack you actually have a decent game on your hands. Now the physics are definitely weird. They are definitely calculating something, right? Like, there's telemetry and they are calculating things, but it's not necessarily realistic. There's always oddities where like, okay, why is it as it is? But it's not as bad as it was in the first game. The first game without mods was hella jank, man. Still have a bit of suspension wobble, which is like so typical for slightly mild studios. I hope they fix that for Project Motor Racing, right? Ian Bell, once again directing another racing game. Let's see how much of Shift and Project Cars DNA is gonna flow into that game. But from what I've seen, it looks a lot better already. I mean, I can't decide if it's slightly mild or slightly mid studios. Surely they're not gonna do it a 5th time in a row. I mean, at some point it's just conviction, right? That's how they want to do it, regardless of your feelings. It feels like Gran Turismo. It feels a lot better than the first one. The only thing that is missing to make it feel more like a Gran Turismo is probably all the setup. Right, Shift is very much pick your car, pick the track, and go. At least you get to customize your cars. And there's some cutscenes. It's not all lost. You know why I think it might have been on purpose? Because the wobbly suspension intensifies the camera inside the car. You know what it's time for, guys? It's time to pop some supplements. Let's go, champion from Mad Monk. Check them out, link in the description below. This is in Pro Street, yeah, for sure. I mean, I understand that they tried to make a game like Pro Street, but I don't know, Pro Street just felt so much more fun with the bosses. And building up to the big fight and the commentary. Yeah, bosses too. I know, but it's just the structure and everything. It doesn't feel as exciting. I feel like unless you play it yourself, it's kind of hard to explain. In my opinion, it's one of those things you kind of have to experience it for yourself. More realistic approach. I don't even feel like Pro Street was that unrealistic. In my opinion, they just took out all the fun. They took out all the fun that Pro Street had. It's a great game to sit in a perfectly dark room. But you don't want any environmental lights. Then, maybe you turn off the interface as well. I played Drive Club a lot like this. Interior cam, interface off, and just go for it. You don't know anything. Not even the status of your NOS bar, right? I'm so surprised that they give you to get like an upgraded Golf to challenge these McLaren F1s. Would be an interesting project though. You get a Plank slate, check. And your goal is to beat the McLaren F1 in actual races. I mean, lots of horsepower, a works conversion, slick tires, maybe. Actually not sure if you can buy any upgrades for the F1 or if it's just perfect in the game size and you can't do anything to it. Also, shouts to the game giving me a out of bounds penalty. Because it doesn't just care for you cutting. Well, thanks for that. Like also getting out of racing bounds. The game doesn't like, but it always calls it a cut. That's why we can't get in here. Warning! Work upgrades are permanent. They cannot be sold. It will take effect immediately. Yes. I'm surprised they don't let you downgrade it. But you can put on drag parts if you have a works car. I'm not sure I tried this one yet. Long tail F1. I should have checked if the game has delivery for it too. I think this F1 just works. Holy shit. Let's see if the interior changes. It did. So the works conversion does affect. Holy shit, that's some downhill acceleration. Holy shit. That was super fast. I mean, it still does a very good job uphill too, but downhill, that was a different level. I'm underestimating this car a little bit. Might want to put on traction control, holy shit. Or I could just get good. In this game, you don't really run out of money that easily because you can actually sell everything for the price you purchased it for. So you don't like something, you just replace it. Oh! Dude, everyone is in this car and it's overpowered. Dude, the 0 to 100 was 2.5 seconds or something. It was definitely less than 3. That thing's pull is no joke. I'm actually curious if I had this F1 before. The works conversion. It very much feels like a Formula 1 car. Dude, could it have made the sun any more distracting than this? Just... No. What? Track spec engine. What are these money? Dude! Okay, drag is actually gonna be more powerful, but we need some downforce too. We can't just... Oh, and then it disappears! Oh, it has to be A class. Shit. Ah, it's loading. Everything is loading. The menuing in this game, holy fuck, dude. Hey, a car with somewhat of a grip. The works conversion was very noticeable though. Oh wow, you really noticed the missing downforce. A cool racetrack. This is also the only game that I know has this racetrack. Okay, let's try a lap in the helmet cam. This is the intense camera of the game. Whenever I see the McLaren F1, I feel like it should have more downforce. It should have a spoiler, but theoretically it has an active aero spoiler that just never works in most games. Ooh, that actually counted as mastered. As far as I know, as long as parts of your car hit the racing line and you get through it fast enough, that's when the game considers it to be mastered. Is the stock F1 better? No, it's quite a bit slower. Surprisingly, the works also accelerates like a maniac. I did assume that we're gonna have more downforce, more grip, but holy shit, it also has a lot more power. The only thing that the game allowed us was a drag clutch. Yeah, drag clutch was the only thing we're allowed to add, make it a little bit faster. But yeah, it is what it is, man. Shift 2 is the better version of the 2. Which shouldn't surprise anyone. They actually took the first game and expanded on it. That's exactly how a sequel should be. Like, if a sequel is not better than the original, you really messed up. Like, you had all of the feedback from the community and probably your own experience with the things that you couldn't finish. That the second game must be better than the first one. Right, like Burnout 2 is supremely better than the first one. For example, that's exactly how a sequel should be. The sequel doesn't improve on everything the first game had. I see why people would be disappointed. You wanna build on Sonic 06? You just add a second Sonic, boom, better game. 2 Sonics are better than 1. But I think what Pro Street delivers is vibe. And I think that's something that people yearn for anyways. Like, if you go to a big event, you want that feeling, you want that festival feeling. Pro Street really embodied that super well. Like, if you go to a big-ass event, doesn't matter if it's an F1 race or whatever your favorite entertainment is.
Well done or not, that ride is
Like, you wanna feel it. Can be a concert, what do I know, right? Cat, thank you. Hey, that is, we beat Darren McNamara and we won the Old School Masters. We're the retro champion.
Right now.
We got this Corolla 86. Oh yeah, we got a lot of cars here, including a Daytona Coupe. The fuck is this BMW, man? How do you have a 3000 performance rating? Okay, I have to try it. What's hiding behind this monster, man? Big ass arrow. Yeah, it's a lot more stable than I thought it would be. Discord, please. Oh my god. Whoa, okay. Holy shit. Fuck. How did it even break? Dude, how did it break my window though? I guess I put some forces on my car just now, but holy shit. That seemed a bit like a physics quirk more than anything. Ah! Look at the suspension. I guess the racing line is a bit weird. Holy shit. Which corner did I not master so far? Oh. Those tracks are small in Pro Street. True, they made them a bit smaller than reality. At least when you reset, you get your wheels back. The car has so much grip, and I played into the wobbly suspension, right? I just full on send it. Yeah, I like that they changed the camera for this stuff. It's quite cool. Doesn't seem like my character can keep the wheel straight. Did you see that natural wobble on the straight? I didn't even steer it. Alright, let go. It's funny. I wonder if this is car specific or game specific. Dude, I had a hard time holding my car on the control here. This track is somewhere located in Austria. I mean, it looks realistic enough, right? With the simple layout. This could exist, right? At least it's a realistic track, even if it's fake. In my opinion, developers should get comfortable again with, you know, creating their own racetracks, so we don't have to play Monza for the 500th time. Ooh, that was close.
Very dangerous.
Oh. Saw that coming. I accept the karma on this one. Alright, screw this guy. I'm done sniffing his exhaust.
Ready to donate another car to the Razor Fund, baby?
Because my car is really understeery here. How is that a cut, you shit game? At least say it's, you know, out of track limits. Pretending that is a cut is so annoying. You say the game wants me to play clean and then I get punted by the stickhead. You want me to cut? Okay, let's cut. Okay, you do get 3 warnings. I can't imagine that on a straight line I just got a penalty. On a fucking straight line, there wasn't even a corner involved. Yes, 2 wheels within the white lines. Which is also stretchable at certain points. Not even sure if the download from last year still works. Ooh, I think the game was really close to disqualifying me there. That's so stupid. You're just stuck on the other car and you both can slow down. See what I mean? Yeah, well, I lost the wheel. The stickiness is so stupid. It's typical slightly mid-studios. They do that shit all the time. Like you touch a car, you're basically super glued to it and you both have the same fate. Well, guess he's done. Alright, let's see if we can play the catch-up game. Wait, is he actually out of the race? The NPCs don't respawn. I am getting quite annoyed here. The stickiness of the cars is so obvious. You can barely touch them, it's over. I'm a Mustang driver at heart, at the very least. Nah, they're really far ahead. It's gonna be interesting how much I can do in this last lap, but I'm not even sure which of these corner saves the most time when you cut it. As I said, we can do one more. The 4th one disqualifies you. Don't think it's this one. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Tough. Maybe it is this one. Shit. Wait, did I touch his car? Is that why I spun? I did not realize I touched his car. Because why else would he spin in the same location? I'll take a second, that's alright. I honestly can't tell that I touched his car. Can someone clip it? Is that the nose bottle? That's just a fire extinguisher. Holy shit, man. Oh, he's down. He flipped his car. Oh, that drives way better. I mean, it's red. In my opinion, it's a fire extinguisher. The nose bottle is blue, maybe white. And that Daytona Fox. Yeah, this camera feels more like Shift 1. It's a lot more dynamic, a lot more shaking going on. Now it's also looking into the corner. The most botched version of this is in the Crew. Dude, the Crew has so many botched racetracks. Like Crew's Laguna Seca is also the sight to behold. Find it quite a bit harder to drive in this camera. Oh, that's my part. Oh yeah, it's gone. This looks more like a Hot Wheels than anything. The Bone Shaker. That's Ryan Cooper. It's cool that the cars have this detail of modeling in them. Very cool. It would cost so much to fix RL. I mean, this is a car that's not really meant to be raced anymore. Mega collector's item. Like, you are on the filthy rich level if you ask me, if you start racing cars like this. People race 250 GTOs. Really? I would be surprised if you get more than one car in the same city at the same time. I mean, honestly, I don't hate the idea of putting a racing car into a race. But the most expensive single car in the world? That's insane. Ah, dude, wasn't it Mr. Beast that put like the very first Ferrari and had it drive on a bridge that was closed off just for the car? In Goodwood. Yeah, okay, but Goodwood isn't really racing. Like, they're not gonna try to beat a speed record, right? They're just gonna make sure that they go fast enough that it doesn't look stupid. they're not gonna push it in 250 GTO. Oh wow, that's so much more grippy than what I just drove. I mean, it is a lot slower, but it's also a lot more grippy. Yeah, let's see how much we can send it if we don't follow the game's suggested racing line. Gotta say, the Corvettes always have such good performance in racing games. I kinda want one. So the opponents definitely scale. So if you join with an overpowered car, they'll have an overpowered car. And you definitely make the game way harder. Because you have to pass the entire field, which means not hitting them accidentally for a few laps. Ah! Now the sound design is pretty good in this game. Would not be surprised if I was faster with traction control. But it's a lot more fun without. And there are these moments where, god damn it! There are these moments where traction control off will give you better acceleration if you perfectly hit the gas. I think my brakes need to be better. Oh man. Yeah, the brakes are not as good as I wish. I'm actually not sure if that's a... What are you doing? That's a multi-race event or just a single? I have way too much power on the rear. Wouldn't even call it high-speed drifting, it's like high-speed losing control of your car. If you have no experience with more realistic racing games, this becomes extremely difficult. Probably one of the reasons why I didn't like it when I played for the first time. That plus, you know, like a million seconds of input lag. Works conversion of the car looks pretty damn good. Dude, why does the replay have the effect active? Can't even see what happened. Can you actually tune the cars that you get gifted? Or are they locked from upgrades? That's what I hated in Pro Street, whenever you get someone's cool car, that you couldn't keep delivery whenever you changed the tune. No, the Shift 2 isn't bad. It's just missing that black box magic when it comes to storytelling and just building up some feels. Some of those good feels. Oh, this time in a classical Mustang. And now it's a Shelby again. How did it actually work? Did they take factory Mustangs and tune them up? Or did they deliver the parts to Shelby and let them assemble it? I assume the second. Right, I think it's time for it to work. Damn, son, that's a wing! To be honest, I'm not a fan of this particular SRT10. I like the ACR, I don't like the normal SRT10 model. I don't even like it that much as it works, but I'm too much of a Viper fan to not use it. Yeah, exactly, this generation of Viper, exactly my point. That rear does look so bad. What do you think? What do you think of the, the GoPro cam behind the car? Nice hood. Yeah. Inside it's not that exciting anymore, you know, it just looks like your average race car. Gotta love when you have a switch for the water. It's wet in here, it must be the water. Poor Charles, man. First he's bothered by me and then by his team. Like completely. Whoa. I gotta be honest, this camera reminds me of like cheap racing games. Why is the car so long now? How is that even the same car? Like, what happened to its face? Look at this shit. It's like it exploded forwards. Whoa. That looks weird. Vote cam, that looks really weird. Why are you blocking the grass, you motherfucker? Did you just see that move? Guy went on the grass to block me. He didn't... his mom told him to touch some grass, apparently. Actually quite tired. Let's call it. Guys, sleep tight to come back tomorrow for more, and good night, hotshots. Bye-bye. Time to vanish.